We are back in Benzinga, Chicago, Illinois. I haven't had a chance to walk around much, but it's a beautiful city. Benzinga is a great place to be. The cannabis industry here, it's like a who's who, movers and shakers, all kinds of great companies, owners, investors, partners, management, C-suite. It's wild here.
Everybody.
But so, of course, you probably weren't here, and that's probably why you're watching Meet Unshackled, the Benzinga edition. So we're pleased to bring you individuals who we found interesting companies, people that we've met, people that I'm meeting for the first time, so you can experience it with us.
Yep.
My co-host,
Max Juhasz from Dope SEO. Hello.
Google Dope SEO. You can learn all about him on that stuff. But today he's here to bring information, knowledge, wisdom out of Luke. Luke, you got Luke. You got a big name.
Drum roll for Luke.
I'm a Star Wars guy, so
there you go.
You got Luke and you got Costello from that movie.
Yeah.
The one with Abbott.
Yeah.
And Costello?
No. Costello, he was from this desperate Boston. There was a gangster.
Mm-hmm.
Costello, right? That was the name.
That was one of them, yeah.
One of them, yeah. I love that.
He's probably heard them all.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like Max. It's my dog's name. I'm like, oh, thanks.
What was that movie called?
That's
Started with a D. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I love that movie. You've got two great names, Luke and Costello.
Yep.
And you represent a company called MACH.
MACH.
So you're just filled with all kinds of cool stuff. I've been playing this name game a lot lately because I'm having a child.
Right.
That's confidential.
Confidential. Nobody knows about this, but until you watch this podcast.
So I had to pick a name. So anyways, not enough about me. Luke, what are you finding in Benzinga today?
Well, Benzinga is a phenomenal event. We've been partnering with these guys for a handful of years now. But MACH Technologies, we're a specialty equipment extraction manufacturer. And so we partner with license holders all over the U.S., all over the world to build out their extraction lab.
Specialty equipment. So you guys do the whole extraction lab from architectural designs to the whole...
Yeah, we'll start pre-license and help with kind of the design, layout, what's going to be some good standards and operations that are going to help you get a license, kind of going into that. And then post-license, we'll do all the design. We provide all the equipment for basically every line of extraction, from hydrocarbon to ethanol, solventless, any type of concentrate you want to make, we'll help you. All of it. Yep, butane,
stomping
hydrocarbon.
up and down like...
Yeah, we've got some ice water, just get dump in some bags of ice and have guys in there mixing the flour.
I Love Lucy flashbacks where they're stomping the grapes.
It is an official method of extraction.
It is.
Am I not correct?
No, you can do it.
So in your architectural designs, you can have your butane over there, your ethanol over there, stuff I know very little about.
Your hydraulic presses.
But in the middle of the whole thing, you need like a little 4x4 area, like a trampoline that you can jump up and down on and squash it. That's the old school method of extraction that Demitri used 2,000 years ago. Right?
2,000 years
2,000.
I've been around for a while.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so you are the master of this. How did you get into this area? How did that happen?
Yeah, well, we've been, we're based out of Michigan. We're a family-owned, privately owned company. We've been making capital equipment now for almost 90 years.
Making what equipment?
Capital equipment.
Capital.
Yeah, just different types of equipment for different industries, some specialties, some pharma, some automation, just a vast variety in our background that lent really well to helping out the cannabis industry. We've been playing in this industry for about 5 years now. MACH Technologies is specifically dedicated to the cannabis space.
So is MACH Technologies like not a parent company? Do you have a parent company above that? That's something?
MACH is our own, but we have an older, more established brand that helps on the backside, just do some of the manufacturing from that standpoint. But MACH is its own standalone company. It's owned by the same group, though.
So what made MACH decide to get into cannabis? How does that?
We had a passion for producing automated equipment for pretty much and helping evolve a lot of different industries in the past. And, we looked at cannabis, one, as an opportunity, to get into the space and lend our experience and help provide better solutions than what we might have thought were there, 5 or 6 years ago. And so it was a motivation of, one, we felt like we could lend a lot. We had a lot of experience providing and making similar types of equipment for other industries. Also, cannabis is about the most fun industry that you could potentially play in. When we were selling battery recycling equipment before this, so
that's a full
That's a 180.
That's a full 180.
Yeah, we'll say it's much better. It's a little more fun here.
Oh man, I can only imagine.
After this, we can go outside and take a break. We can understand why it might be a little more fun. But
No,
how's the battery recycling conference compared to this?
I'll say it's vastly different. Vastly different.
Did I tell you about the landfill? And did you hear about such and such?
No,
about
we
the
got
poison?
some new tech over there. You know, we'll mix it with this other.
Yeah, we got the battery acid. Okay. Yeah.
I've been around since 2012 in this industry, and I have to say, I've managed to make a pretty good living, more than I would have made as a prosecutor. I'm an ex-prosecutor,
Ooh.
For sure, over the last 10 years.
Don't say that too loud in here.
No. It actually helps on the advocacy trail.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Because you need a lot more converts like me who spend time putting people in jail for cannabis and never reflected upon it, just did what we were told by the legislative branch of the government. And then suddenly, you're in a new world,
moment of sobriety,
and you reflect on things, and you can point out to people that old dogs can learn new tricks, and that government isn't necessarily always right. And that's one of my favorite things about the cannabis industry. And it's fun too.
Yeah, that's super fair. I was out in D.C. at Lobby Days earlier this year.
Oh, were you?
Oh, you guys did Lobby Days?
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
Good
we were
for
partnered
you.
with NCIA and a couple other organizations. We've been and will be.
Good for you.
part
See,
of
that's the kind of stuff you got to bring on the podcast. Note to self out there when you're doing business with people, when you're considering who the good companies are in the industry.
Right.
There's companies that are just here to make money, and there's companies that
They're actually
understand
helping to advocate
that-
and grow
yeah,
and
so-
evolve.
So MACH is putting a certain percentage of its revenue back towards advancing the cause for the greater good.
Yep.
Well, it's important. I mean, the reality is there's a right way for the industry to evolve in a way that's going to help it actually be successful. And there's a lot of roadblocks that are kind of artificial in our world, I think. They're not artificial because they're real, but more knowledge and more education, whether that's educating our legislature, our politicians, or our consumers, new markets when they're coming online. It's important for people that have been in the space and have had some success here to help others understand how to be successful or how to roll out their policy in their state, whatever it might be. So education is important.
Yeah, those policies can be all over the place. Let's talk a little bit more about what you guys have done and who you guys are working with in what states. Tell us some testimonials, some success stories, or some failures, whatever you want. But
Yeah.
tell us about how you guys have been involved in different states, and different projects.
Yeah, well, we're pretty fortunate in the sense that, everybody in every state that opens up needs extraction if they're going to do any sort of concentrate. So we've had the privilege of working in pretty much almost every legal state across the U.S.
Right.
We do international work in Israel, Australia, Central and South America. We have clients that are already spanning the globe, and we've got a lot of experience, from our past to help do that. So
How does that work with different climates and temperature zones and ground and all that other stuff?
most of from our perspective with extraction, the difference is, we do a lot of containerized solutions. So like the HVAC considerations, humidity, working within those structures is important. But
Gotcha.
From our perspective, that influences the cultivation a lot more than it would the extraction.
Okay, fair enough. I wasn't sure just because, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
See,
extract.
now,
Yeah.
let me ask this because you're talking. Well, go ahead.
No, but just to finish, we work with, small mom and pop boutique cultivators and operators. We work with large MSOs that are trying to standardize their operations across multiple states. There's really not a person out there that we can't, at least advise or lend a hand to for anything extraction. So we've been pretty privileged and pretty blessed to work with a lot of different types of customers in pretty much every region around the world.
Let me ask you this, because I know there's a lot of people out there that understand extraction. Do you recommend a particular type of extraction over another?
I don't. We take
question.
a very kind of tool agnostic approach
Right.
when we're helping customers understand
Tool
what
agnostic.
method is going to give them the best concentrate. I mean, if you're looking to do distillate, I'm probably going to recommend cold ethanol. If you want live resin and some shatter and batter, you got to do hydrocarbon butane. And if you want live rosin and you want some of that, solventless, do solventless, do ice water extraction. So we manufacture all of it, so we don't really say one is better than the other. They all have their advantages and their disadvantages in some way. It's more about what the customer is trying to do.
That's excellent. That's actually a really good neutral answer, as if you cared about what those different extraction methods thought. And they don't really care. But
When we
you're being
first got
fair,
into this, when we first got into
these
this
are
space,
just processes. These aren't people.
that's
Don't
exactly
hurt.
right.
You can't hurt their feelings.
in the beginning days, you kind of did, because a lot of companies only specialized in one very niche thing. And
That
so
was it.
there was a
Yeah.
lot of battle in this space. Oh, CO2 is better, ethanol is better, hydrocarbons better, solventless is better. And,
Right.
and the reality is they all play their place in a new market and an established market, whatever concentrate you want to put on the shelf. You got it. There's different ways to do it, and there's better ways to do it than just one.
So here at Benzinga, what are you looking for?
We're looking for anybody that's either going to, look to apply for an extraction license, already has one, is looking to evolve their extraction equipment into the this century.
21st
Yeah,
century.
right.
Yeah, whichever one it is, just the new
Come
one.
out of the Stone Ages.
Attaboy,
and
appreciate
evolve.
appreciate the help. But
Right.
Just anyone who has a license or looking to get
That's-
one in the
that's me
extraction
and my
world.
feet on the getting on the grapes. Great, that's extraction, man.
I know. And it's
You know?
it's fermentation and all
Just a
that.
little shout out to my people.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
right. Am I right?
You're killing it.
Right. No, that's people don't remember those days. Okay, so we know what you're leaving at Benzinga. Out there in the world, there's a lot of people watching this, learning about. They're probably Googling extraction right now and figure out what is going on with extraction in the cannabis industry. But what kind of people should be reaching out to you?
Anybody that is building out their facility currently, if they're looking to apply for a license and want to understand
Right.
how to get a leg up, but extraction equipment,
Same answer as the people that are what you're looking for at Benzinga here.
same ones.
You caught that right now.
Yeah.
All right. How do people get in touch with you?
You can find me on any socials, Instagram, milehighstello.luke, mochtechnologies.luke, LinkedIn, any event. We're at pretty much every single cannabis event, or we try to be. So it's hard not to find us if you're looking
Fair
for
enough.
us.
Can they call you, get like 30 minutes of free consultation kind of stuff?
Anytime, call me. I'll
I
give you.
love that.
I'd say my number now, but just DM me and I'll say it. I don't want to give it out to
Right.
the
You don't
universe
want it
like
on
this.
YouTube.
Close.
No, that's okay. I'll give my cell phone number, 520-909-4334.
He'll text me.
I am very transparent about
Yes. He
that.
likes
So
the
check it out.
calls.
So if you're getting involved in extraction, so if you're developing out a project, definitely reach out to Luke Costello, which is a really easy name to remember.
Absolutely.
You'll never forget.
The Force. And
It's
then
with-
the Costello guy. He was the gangster, I think he was. I have to remember
We don't
that.
talk about it.
Yeah.
We don't talk about
So
Costello.
reach out to Luke. Reach out to Mock. In case Luke isn't around, Mock will probably be around much longer. Than
I'll
Luke.
be around. You'll
He'll
hear
be
me.
around.
I've been around since the beginning. I plan on being here
There's
for a while.
no guarantee that I will be here. I could die tomorrow.
That's
As
fair.
we
And
all
I,
can.
I
Yeah.
try to live in that moment. So, call Mock, learn about extraction, talk
Yep.
to them. You know how to reach out to him. This has been another episode of
Yeah.
Mita Unshackled, and we will be back in a few minutes with somebody else here from Benzinga.
Fired up.